Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the next installment of TheXploder Plays Plants vs Zombies. I am your host as always, Thomas 100 aka TheXploder. I apologise for the accent back there, I have no idea what took me over. And yes, we are ready to start level 3-1, as we now fight the zombies in our renovated backyard with a swimming pool. Very nice for some people, isn't it? So, without further ado, let's get saving the day. No evil voices. Yeah, Crazy Dave! We've already seen what Crazy Dave has to say. Look at the end of the episode 2 if you wish to find out what Crazy Dave said this time round. And so last time round, at the end of last episode, we got the lily pad. Now, before we obviously select our plants, I might as well introduce you to this new system that we have. We got introduced to mushrooms in the last installment, and mushrooms only work at night. Now, as you can see here, they're greyed out, and as they say, nocturnal and sleeps during the day. Eventually, we will get something that will make it so that we will be able to use these guys during the day. But until now, we pretty much can't use them. So we're going to go back to using good old sunflower. We are going to go back to using good old pea shooter. But we're also going to be using the lily pad. In fact, we're going to put lily pad there and the pea shooter there. And we're going to use snow pea. We're going to use chomper. We're going to use walnut. And we're going to use cherry bomb. Oh yes! Ready, set, plant! Now, I was thinking, just before recording this, what if, for one of the installments of the LP, I turn it into a Plants vs Zombies drinking game, but you guys can also join in at home. Obviously, I would gladly sacrifice myself by doing it with alcohol, but you guys could join in at home and do it however you would want. So that sounds like an idea, and if you think it is a good idea, let me know, because I will more than happily go about doing it. And I will more than happily sacrifice my sanity, as far as I know about it, to obviously bring it to you guys. Because my idea is to have the drinking game where I basically drink every time I do a specific thing. I'm not going to tell you guys what the rules are at the moment, because I'll leave that as to whether we're going to be doing it or not. So yeah, I'm going to leave that up to you guys, I think. Now this is already a good start, since all the zombies seem to be going to one lane. We want to make sure we get 2 layers of lily pads on the pool side as soon as possible. This is so that we can get as many plants on water as we possibly can as early as possible. And we have our sun sorted. Now, normally I would have 2 complete lines of sun, but because we now have a swimming pool in our back garden, I'm not going to do this. Instead, I'm only going to have 4 and 4 with a 4 section of lily pads in the middle, ready for defensiveness. Going to put another pea shooter down there for the cone head, and it's all well and good in the hood. And the date today, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 1st of November. Happy Halloween. Aren't I feeling pumped? Yes, I am. Feel the pump, people. Feel the pump. Just feel it caress through your body. Feel it as I touch you on the inside. No, actually, that might seem a little bit off. If you feel like you have been touched on the inside, then I do apologise. I did not mean to touch you there. I meant to touch you in a different way, just not there. So yeah, it's not sexually awkward whatsoever. I apologise. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was possessed by Darren Brown. If you know who Darren Brown is. If you don't know who Darren Brown is, search him up and enjoy his stuff. I am a very big enjoyer of his stuff. I think it's all fantastic. Some people obviously look at me and think, oh, you know, it's a big act. Well, if it's an act, I'm a fan of his act. I didn't realise being a fan of someone's act was illegal. Sorry that I enjoy entertainment of different varieties. So I'm not normal. Judgment. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that takes kindly to being judged. I think the act of being judged is very childish. When you get older, you should just pretty much man up and just think, okay, that's your opinion. But in truth, you have no idea what the hell I'm like, so shut the fuck up. But obviously don't put it like that, put it in a nicer context or a less aggressive context, maybe. And there's Frank, Pirate Frank, the beardy McPherson, leading the charge, and he has now been beheaded. Nice. Oh, this is going way easy. Conehead is over there. You know what? Cherry bomb in the face. Could use that on the bomb actually, but we're doing fine. Gonna put another pea shooter there just to finish him off. I'm gonna plant my seeds all in your friggin' face. Me and my zombie friends are gonna feel my wrath because I plant the seeds and then took you out. Okay, that's enough of the lyrics this time, man. We just got ourselves a new seed. Funky jazz. Gotta love that funky jazz. It just makes your day when you know you've had a bit of funky jazz inside you. Because as we all know, this Let's Play is brought to you by funky jazz. The type of jazz that just makes you want to lay down and funk. Oh yes, funky jazz. Bringing you the love since 1978. Obviously before 1978, but it just makes it sound cool. So yes, we now have one of my favourite countermeasures, as I like to call them. The squash! Literally, squash is zombies. The squash is amazing. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Squash is brilliant. Both to drink and to use, so enjoy your squash. Now I'm going to use sunflower lily pad, pea shooter, snow pea, repeater this time. No, not repeater. Yeah, repeater, walnut, and squash. No cherry bombs this time round, so I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well for Halloween. It is, as I said, the 1st of November. Has anyone got any plans for November? November, I don't know about you guys, but November this year for me just seems like the year where nothing's really going to happen. It's just that month of you have this to do, and that's it. You haven't got anything else better to do. You've only got this. There's nothing to aspire to. There's nothing to really look forward to. It's just there. Well, of course there's stuff to look forward to. I know I've got my pre-order of Halo 4 coming. And I have to say, Halo 4 just looks purely and utterly amazing. No, wait. Let me rephrase this. I was very hesitant on getting Halo 4. And I'm going to explain why. You see, it took me a good while before I decided to pre-order Halo 4 for one specific reason. I believe that Halo 3 pretty much ended it. And I was very hesitant to see a game that continued a franchise that I thought was pretty much set in stone over. Now, by all means, I'm all for developers picking up an IP that is presumably dead and revitalizing it and adding their own unique twist, or or continuing the storyline by staying true to lore and previous events. That's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It comes to when you take an IP to try and continue the story, and you completely and utterly fail with it. And that's what I'm afraid that 343 Industries might do to Halo 4. Don't get me wrong, I could be completely and utterly wrong in this, and then I get Halo 4, I play through the campaign and realise it is the best revitalization of the Halo franchise ever. I could just be like that. And it could just smack me right in the face. It could happen. But until it does happen, I am still quite skeptical. I wanted to get it eventually, one way or another, just so I can... Present! Minigame unlocked! Yes! Our first minigame present. Gotta love it. So that was randomly intrude. But yeah, I'm still very hesitant that I did pre-order it, but I wanted to get it regardless, because I just wanted to see how Halo 4 played out and how it just generally looked in the end of the day anyway. So now when I'm thinking about it, I have no regrets of pre-ordering Halo 4. I'm really looking forward to Halo 4's release. I'm not going to go all fanboy over it, because don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Halo. I'm a fan like everyone else. But I'm not going to go all fanboy over it, because I'm just waiting to see what they've done. It's one of those games as well, where I haven't wanted anything to spoil it, so I haven't seen any trailers. I've seen a little bit of gameplay footage, but not a lot of it. And I'm literally just going to let it blow my friggin' mind. And I don't know about you guys, but I stay true to the mythos, where the less you know about something, then when you get it, it just feels even more special when you get it, because you barely know anything about it, rather than something that you know a fuck ton about, and then you go into it, you already know half the stuff about it, and you don't enjoy it as much. Now sometimes that stays true, and sometimes that doesn't stay true. Like, a good example to that would be XCOM. I knew everything about XCOM before it even came out. I was reading all the developer walkthroughs, I was reading all the blogs, I was keeping up to date on Twitter, Facebook and the lark about it, and I just generally thought I knew everything. And then when the game came out, I barely even touched, what, 10% of the game? I barely even touched that. I would say I touched 2% of the game in its entirety in what I learnt about the game just by reading up on it. And it was still an enjoyable experience. It still is an enjoyable experience. Heck, I've been doing live streams of it, and I'm preparing myself to do a Impossible Iron Man live stream that I might do as a charity live stream. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you are a fan of XCOM, or a fan of strategy games in general, because XCOM is great. And in case you haven't realised, I have made a review of XCOM Enemy Unknown that you can watch now on my channel, or read the written version on my blog, thatguywiththethrilby.blogspot.co.uk. So check it out if you want to. Now let's have a look at this squash. Just look at him. After so mad, you're gonna boom, gonna squash your face. Gotta love that squash. Squash is one of the best plants in this entire game. You can use him in many situations, and he'll just be handy everywhere. Let's put it that way. He will be handy everywhere. It takes a while to charge up, but I don't think he takes as long to charge up as a cherry bomb. I could be wrong. He might take the exact same amount of time, but he only costs 50 sun as well. I don't know about you, but that's bloody cost effective if you time it right. Because he can take out like a good number of zombies in one squash, if they're all grouped up with one another. So never underestimate the power of the squash. The squash is powerful. Yes, it is. Gonna put a repeater over there, I think. A huge wave of zombies is approaching! No, no. I'm gonna try and cut down on the Mega Man thing. I don't know about you guys, but to be honest, I kind of didn't like bringing that up. I'm kind of regretting bringing that up. By all means, if you guys actually liked the Mega Man thing, I'll keep doing it. But if you didn't like it, I heavily apologise, and I hope that didn't put you off this Let's Play forever. And I hope you'll give me a second chance. Oh, please give me a second chance! I didn't mean it! I'm just the poor British boy that thought being American was the thing! It wasn't me, it was Mega Man. It was Capcom, the institution. They were trying to get my money. Oh, come on, I'll finish him off with a squash. I'm so angry, I'm just gonna... over your face and all over your lower back. Lovely, and we get ourselves a new seed. Jazz. Jazz hands. Oh yeah, funky jazz hands. And look, here we have a threepeater. Shoots peas in three lanes. Now some people might think that the threepeater is a waste of time and effort. As you can see, it's 325 sun to pretty much slap down on the field what is equal to 3 pea shooters. And some of you will be looking at this thinking, then what's the point? So do you just put down 3 pea shooters on 3 different lanes to reinforce the idea. But I'm going to show you that using it on... Hi Crazy Dave. We'll go back to Crazy Dave in a second. But I'm going to show you guys how you can use it effectively, especially in the backyard when it comes to facing enemies. And I'll show you that in a moment. So keep your eyes peeled. Anyway, Crazy Dave. Actually, I think I would buy that extra sea star if it's still going. It cost me $5,000, but I'll be able to choose 8 seeds per level instead of 7. Go on, Crazy Dave, I'll take your offer. Alright! Cheers, Dave. Always a good man. And now we have a brand new zombie joining us this time round. The Snorkel Zombie. Snorkel zombies are annoying. They stay underwater. They are the dickheads of the waterbounds. So be very careful with Snorkel zombies. Their worst enemies, though, are squashes. So when in doubt, squash them out. Pretty much. So we're going to go with Sunflower, as we normally do. We're going to go with our pea shooter and our snow peas. I'm going to take along the threepeater, just in case. And I was going to bring in the chomper, just in case. And then I'm going to obviously bring the lily in. No, bring in the lily. Bring in the walnut and bring in the squash. I think this is going to be a good setup for what we're up to. Pull on, bitches! But yeah, hopefully, if I get enough sun like I normally do, I should be able to show you guys how effective the threepeaters can actually be if used in the right place and with the right I would say with the right direction and the right focus of using them. Because I know there are a lot of people out there that immediately think, oh, threepeaters, but threepeaters are actually very nice. I really like the threepeater. It's an interesting idea. Yes, it does cost a lot of sun, but they're more of a late game plant. They're not intended for early game plant scenarios. They are pretty much early game plant initiatives. So keep that in mind if you are thinking of using threepeaters. They are intended for late game usage. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Thought I would share that with the group. This week. So as we all know, I am a gamerholic and I've got to vent it. Because as we all know, in order to get rid of your addictions, you have to talk about it with people. But in some cases, talking about your addictions only make them stronger. So if I happen to be more of a gamerholic by talking about games that I'm either playing or not playing, then, well, I'm sorry, but I like video games. Suck my nut. Heck, I'm doing a computer games design course, and I wish to go into the games industry once I am done with the course. Does this not alert you enough that I'm kinda into video games? If it doesn't, then you might need to get your eyes tested. If it does, then yay, I'm actually noticed by someone. Gonna put a pea shooter there, another lily. Go on. Yeah, nice one. Take down that zombie. Now, one thing I am actually going to do this time round, and what I am going to show here, is we're going to put 2 lilies in the middle. This is just for the sake of the snorkel zombies we're going to encounter later on. And I think we're going to encounter them once we hit the first huge wave of zombies, so keep your eyes peeled. Because I want to use the lily pads to basically bring them up out of the water, so that my plants can pretty much take them on and effectively kick their fucking asses back to where they're fliggin' come from. Because I want them off my land. Because it's mine. It's mine. It's not yours. It's mine. And plus, I'm probably going to put chompers out there just to make it more efficient. But first, I need to make sure I have snow peas everywhere at least. Because I want the snow peas out there to slow peeps down. Suck my nut, and then suck on my peas, cause I shoot them in your face at 100 miles an hour, and then I just keep dancing again. Gotta love that. So yeah, this is a huge wave. We have one snorkel zombie, but he's going to go straight into my chomper. And I'm going to wait and use a squash on this line down here. So, shouldn't be a big dealio. If we wait for this just in time, we should be able to use it against the conehead and the snorkel zombie. Like right now. Oh, I'm so angry, but I'm just going to squash! Nice. That squash. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't mess with a squash. Because you will get squashed. Pretty much does sum it up in a nutshell, doesn't it? Now I'm going to put walnuts out as well. Because, as you can see, I'm saving up a lot of sun. And this is for a threepeater. Now look at what the threepeater does. Now if that's not handy, I'd have no idea what is. Threepeater shooting in 3 lanes simultaneously. And putting them in the middle is very friggin' handy, because you're maximising the fact that it's shooting in 3 lanes. And if you put them next to one another, then basically the centre is completely defended from everything, and it's fantastic as all hell. The only bad thing about it is that that zombie just literally ate my lily. Which is going to suck balls, because he might just go through the entire thing, so I'm just going to squash his face with squash! Oh no, I should have saved that squash for this guy. Oh no, 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 second threepeater. Should be able to take him out this time round, if we're lucky. I did not intend for that to happen. That was a derp. Oh, right in the face. But this is why I have to put those lilies out in the centre, just in case any shit proverbially goes down. But those threepeaters will just keep going. They just won't stop. Just gonna go, don't stop till we get enough, baby. Gonna swallow it now. Yeah, cause they don't know how. Get up, watch out. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on, get up, watch out. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on, don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on, yeah, don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Okay, I have no idea where that came from, and I so totally apologise. That was so random. I'm literally going to put a pound in a random jar. Dude, that was out of order. Like, there's a room for random things like that, but that was just... No! The squash just sacrificed himself in the name of squashdom. I did not intend for that to happen. Now what I'm hoping to do this time round is to probably put a extra set of lily pads out in front of the chompers. Oh, never mind. We've done it! Yay! So I hope you now understand the true effectiveness of a threepeater. That is threepeater, better than bluepeater. And I don't know about you guys, have you seen bluepeater recently? It doesn't exist, does it? It really doesn't. Anyway, we got new seed! With added funky jazz. Now, this seed is a specialised aquatic plant, like the lily, and is the Tangle kelp. Aquatic plant that pulls a zombie underwater. Basically think of it as the potato mine, only instead of it going spadow, it goes and sucks them underwater. Pretty much that in a nutshell. Simples. And that's exactly why we're going to be using it. We're going to be using that, our threepeaters, our walnuts, and, of course, squash! Because that's what we love doing. We love drinking, we love eating, and we just love squash! Because that's exactly what it does on the tin. Squash. We squash what you hate. Does for jobs you hate. No, isn't that Mr. Muscle? Like the cleaning detergent shit? That is Mr. Muscle, isn't it? Loves for jobs you hate. I swear it is. That's one thing. If there's anyone from the UK watching this that used to watch those Mr. Muscle adverts, are you as pissed off as I am that Mr. Muscle is now CGI and actually is a big built guy, when the old school Mr. Muscle adverts was just a really scrawny guy just using Mr. Muscle, which enforced the idea of him being masculine and powerful because he still had the power to clean proverbially uncleanable toilets. I preferred those adverts. Where have they gone? Oh yeah, we're in the land of CGI where everything has to be digitized. Nothing can be real life now, can it? Say that to Godzilla. I swear, when Toho make the next Godzilla film, and when they do, I will find out. Because if they have already and I haven't found out, then I have been so far behind. I must have been behind a brick wall or something. But as soon as they make a Godzilla film, if their Godzilla film does not have a guy in a suit at some point during the film, then I'll be pissed off. Because I know Godzilla Final Wars, it had a lot of CGI, but it still had that one moment with a guy in a Godzilla suit. That was friggin' boss. I don't know about you guys, but I found that boss. So I'm just praying they have at least a cameo like that again. To just remember, this is where Godzilla came from. That is Godzilla! Gotta love Godzilla. Huge fan of Godzilla, by the way. In case you didn't already realise about the fact we were talking about Godzilla. Godzilla! Is that how the Japanese actually say Godzilla? Because you got to think about it. When we say Godzilla, do they actually go Godzilla and enforce the A at the end by going oh? Or is that a stereotype that we have put on the Japanese to make them believe that because Godzilla was their product, that they would enforce the A to enforce the fact that it's theirs? Maybe, but I think the big question that I have is, since when did I become grammatically and spellingly demanding and very analytic of how people use words? This is new. I didn't realise I had that on my CV. Yeah. Does a computer games design course has got this, that, and this on GCSE and A level, and is very good at depicting what people are actually talking about. I didn't realise that was a skill you could put on your CV, but meh, whatever gets me a job. By the way, I'm looking for a job. Well, not now, but after I'm done with uni, of course. Of course, because uni is obviously way more important, which it is. It is. I'm not saying that it isn't important, because it is. Now, as you can see, this time round we actually have 3 huge waves of zombies. So we need to be ready for any and all eventualities that could and will occur. The first off being that I'm going to put Tangleweed up out on the water, ready for shit to go down. I'm going to put a walnut here because he's going to jump over the walnut. And it gives me to put another plant there for plant placement. Strategic plant placement at its best. And I'm going to keep those 2 lily pads free now and just use them for squashes. Just because I'm that kind of guy. I like squashing in. Just keep it all tight and squashed. Just how I like my women, tight and squashed. No, I don't think that works, does it? I know that works with sandwiches. But women? Nah. I'm sorry, ladies. I don't really like my women squashed. Doesn't really do well for your or my health. Because if it's not good for your health, you'll bloody well take it out on me. So I do apologise for bringing that up. Now what I'm planning to do here is putting pea shooters in the lanes that I'm not going to put threepeaters in. I'm only going to put threepeaters in the lanes that will obviously use the full effectiveness of the 3-lane power that is the threepeaters. That's my secret